The movie is very layered. As parents yourself, did you relate to those struggles at all? Is that something that you could read that script and be like, okay, we've seen parts of this before?
Oh my gosh, I would say reading the script, I said I absolutely have to do this. I have to be a part of stories that are so real, so raw and honest. You know, we have 3 beautiful children who we are absolutely obsessed with. We're on FaceTime with them before we come in here. And we're always honored and anchored by them. How can we make them proud? How can we show them real, honest, true stories? And how can we make someone feel a little less lonely? And so I absolutely understood, though I may not always relate to, you know, how the character responded to certain instances or situations. I definitely understand motherhood and parenthood and having this little person who you have to keep alive and who you love more than anything. And
yes, baby. I just gotta say, I watched her give birth, and it was the craziest, most beautiful, most powerful, amazing thing I've ever seen. And I had a camera, I had my Leica the whole time, and I'm taking pictures of her the whole time while she's like giving birth. So I'm like watching the whole process while holding her leg, and it was amazing. As a man, all you want to do is help and bear witness. And I feel like coming out of this movie, we're reminded how important women are and how important they are to the entirety of creation in the world. And yes.
And the importance of a village and a community. That is so important. You know, sometimes we see parents and we're judging them and we're like, why is her, you know, kid running around on the ground? Community is so important. And I think in this film, we explore what community looks like and how it can be an overbearing force that sometimes doesn't feel good. And hopefully we can find answers on how to fix that.
Where's your book going, by the way?
Main character is about to batter her husband to death with a hammer.
Shut up.
It was amazing, incredible working with Lynn Ramsey, Jennifer Lawrence, everyone. My husband, literally working with my husband, who gets to work with their husband, and play husband and wife, which is really amazing. And so I'm just honored to be here and honored to be stunning.
She's amazing in the film. It's like, you know that expression, it ain't what you wearing, it's who wearing it. Yeah. Well, she's in this movie, and then it's like it ain't even the movie that you in, it's who in the movie. She's beautiful, and it's amazing. Made me look good.
What sides of each other do you bring out professionally when you're on set? Obviously, personally, it's a whole different thing, but when you're on a set, what does that look like?
I think that I'm sharpened when I have my partner around because I'm reminded of my family and what I'm building and what we're building together, and we do the same thing, so it's a beautiful thing. We can always give each other tips. She'll be like, babe, the mark right there, and you know what I mean? So we're always able to sharpen each other, which I think is amazing. And then always it's nice in between takes to be able to see your person and give them a hug. You know, it's like the little beautiful part of it, you know? So yeah, it was great.
Jennifer and Rob, they did such an amazing job. What did you take away from witnessing their chemistry on screen?
I'd say working with Jennifer and Rob was amazing. First of all, Rob is so hilarious. I know the internet's calling him a girl's girl right now, and he really is. Like, he's just so uplifting and charismatic on screen and just as a human to work with, a fellow actor. And as far as Jen, she is such a professional. When you're in the room with her, it does not even look like she's acting. You just think that she's completely embodied this character, and to be around someone that has that work ethic, to have several scenes with her and to even be complimented by her, I'm like, you're Jennifer Lawrence, I love you. So I'm honored to have my first, film be with all of these amazing players and Lynn Ramsey and the entire team.
And LaKeith, you and Jennifer have some really intense and wild scenes. What was that like, and what makes her such a fantastic scene partner?
She's a great artist, she's brave, and we all have to be brave, especially in some scenes in here. You just got to really be able to release yourself into the character in the world, and it was easier to do with someone who was just fearless. She was pregnant while filming, and no one knew, and she was doing that while, it's a hard thing to do and carry. You're internally changing while externally changing. She was doing all these things at once. We got to bear witness to the strength and power that accompanied that. That supercharged me, and I felt like, well, if she could do that pregnant, I could show up and do what I need to do. So I think she put a battery in everybody's back to show up and be the best they could be. And just like in the movie, she was making some bold choices. She was a very bold character. As an actress, I was watching her be bold and just do things, some of which I understood, some of which on the day I didn't. But when I saw it all in its entirety, it made perfect sense. There was a method to her madness. So it was a treat to be front row to that.